Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Kim with allthingsdrawn.com. So I wanted to go live really quickly. I am live on let me make sure, on YouTube as well. YouTube, I got some music going. So if you prefer YouTube, I'm under the same name as Instagram, basically All Things Drone. So yeah, so if you're never like basically caught one of my lives before, my name is Kim, and I created All Things Drones to talk about like tips for drone beginners and like how to purchase a drone, how to fly a drone, all that good stuff, and drone news. Hey, what's up, Miss Pretty Wings? Thanks for checking in. So one question that I get a lot is like, what drones are under $200? And I will say, if you're looking for a drone that's under $200, or excuse me, under $100, that's the question I get, is like, what drone can I get for under $100? Make sure you understand like what you're going to get with $100. Don't expect drones that are highly sophisticated and stuff like that for under $100. Just be prepared for what you're going to be getting with under $100. So I've linked it in my bio on Instagram, and it's in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube. And first of all, if you're new to like just researching drones and like what drone to buy or which drone to buy, you want to make sure you get my drone buying guide. It's free. It's like a guide to which drones to look for, because when I first got a drone, I was like in a hurry just to get like the name brand drone, but I didn't do that much research as far as, what are the good and bad about the drone. So I got a drone that shot in 2.7K. That was my first drone. And although it was a DJI and it wasn't bad, I wish I had taken a little bit more time to research, what to look for when buying a drone. Hey, Jake SK Enterprise, I see you checking in on YouTube. Thanks for checking in. So, I wish I had just done a little bit more research, because I ended up selling that drone, and it wasn't like a waste, but like there was just so many things that like stopped me from. I probably would have tried to fly more than I did. A lot of some other things with that drone was there's like something that DJI does, which is like a lock. So even though you have a drone, it doesn't mean you can fly everywhere. So there was like a lock and geofence, basically is what they call it. But think of it as they're prohibiting you from being able to fly in certain areas. So just don't think because you brought a drone you can fly it anywhere. There are drones, especially with DJI, and then there's other things that you have to check before buying it. So that was on my drone, because there hadn't been an update. Sometimes when DJI comes out with drones, they don't come out with an update later. And so I put my drone away. I took it to a trip on South Africa, and I didn't touch it again for like months. So that's why I say it's important to realize and research and understand like all the different things before you purchase a drone. There's things that prevent you from hitting obstacles. That's like a feature on some drones. And if you don't know that, you might think that it does that on its own, or you could be missing out. So I would say definitely get the drone buying guide. It's for free, so you know like what you're looking for when you're buying a drone. So I say that all to say, like, if your budget is $100 for a drone, kind of understand that that's something that you might be just getting just to kind of play with. It might be a toy for your kid, or it might just be something you practice with. And even if you're scared to get into buying a drone, you might say, I don't want to spend that much money. There are ways that you can insure your drone, especially if you have insurance through your home or through renting. That's a way to insure it. But when you're traveling, there's additional insurance that you can buy. I will say, look at drone. Our insurance is specific to drones. Um, travel insurance. There might be I know what the travel insurance that I use is World Nomads. They don't cover drones. So look at all that. But so the reason why I bring that up is because some people are scared to spend a lot of money on drones. So that's why they ask for that. What's a drone that's under $100? And I will say that you can get insurance, you can get replacement packages. I actually have already lost a drone while I was traveling, and I had to pay a small fee to get it replaced versus paying for an entire drone again. So if you're worried about losing a drone, or that's why you want to stay under $100, you can start with one of the more less expensive DJI drones, or Autel, or Skydio, and look at those and then work your way up. Or if you started in the high end, you can look at insurance and all the different ways that I just mentioned for protecting your drone and being able to replace it. But if you still, after what all I just said, you want to get a drone that's under $100, like I said, I've linked it in the description of or basically my bio. And if you're watching on YouTube, I've linked it in the description of my video. So as far as drones that are under $100, you have a Holystone HS430. And that drone has a controller that comes with it. It shoots in 1080p. What's up? Scales. Let's see. And so that drone basically shoots 1080p. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like when you look at some of these drones and you're trying to cut costs a little bit, you don't get like 4K that you're, hoping to get. And the reason why 4K was important to me is because I'm a travel content creator as well. And my phone, cameras, everything shoot in 4K. So it was just a little bit hard to, like, say I was doing a vlog that included drone footage and then my cell phone footage and my camera footage. If the drone I previously had only shot up to 2.7K and my phone does 4K, I'm used to shooting in 4K. So that's what I mean by saying, like, just really knowing what you want. And if you're okay with 1080p, that is a drone that you can look at. I've had a Holystone drone. They're not terrible at all. It's just when you come from like working with DJI and that's all you've known when you go to Holystone, it can be a little bit different. Battery life is different. Just the quality of the video is different, but it is a very good beginner drone. So don't knock it. But this is under $100. So that name is under $100. I've had another drone, the HS720G, which does shoot 4K, but that's not under $100. It's around roughly $299, I believe. Then there's the Sandrock U52 drone. It also shoots in 1080p, and it does it looks like it has the controller where you hook up your phone to it. And it does have, let's see what else it has. It goes, the maximum range is 100 meters. That's another thing to look at, is when you're buying a drone, you need to look at how far it can fly. What's the quality of the video? Even if it's 4K, are you really more interested in 4K 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second? All of that, starts to add up, but you want to be aware that those things exist so you can know what to look for when you're buying a drone. And if you see me looking like this way, like I said, I'm going live on YouTube and Instagram. For some reason, Instagram hasn't allowed me to go live on my desktop on All Things Drone. I can do it on my other account, but not this one. So that's why I'm kind of trying to focus on both. But I see Recovery Drone checking in on YouTube. What's up? So that is another thing to look at. Like I said, like how far it flies. Can you avoid obstacles? You also want to look at kind of like the way that the gimbal turns, and if different, how many axes are available that it turns. So there's a lot more detail into it, but I wanted to get you like a few that you can look for, because I get this question a lot as far as drones that are under 100, and I can't stress enough that you want to make you kind of know what to expect with the $100 drone or less. Like, it's really kind of for fun at that point. Definitely don't consider it as far as um, something that you're going to make money with and things like that. So, and there are some others, but I wanted to talk about those. Like, mostly they're Holystone drones. Let's see what the other ones are. Sandrock, DERC. Those are a few that you see under the $100 range. But as far as for me, I'm rocking the Mini 3 Pro still, and the Mavic Air 2. My Mavic Air 2 is a little damaged right now. I don't know what happened. But Mini 3 Pro has done well for me. And if you're not ready to spend money on a Mini 3 Pro, there's a Mini 3, which doesn't have some things like 60 frames per second and things like that. It doesn't have master shots. But I'll tell you a little in another video. I'm going to show you how you can get some of those master shots without the master shots. So there's ways to save money. When you're looking at the Mini 3s, the Mini 3, of course, is the less expensive. But then when you get to the Mini 3 Pro, you're looking at like 900 plus, depending on what you purchase. So those are just my thoughts on what to look for when you're buying a drone. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Yeah, so I'm going to try to go live a little bit more. I've had a lot of life changes, wedding, moving, all this stuff. And my birthday is actually next week. So try to go live. Can't say that I'm going to be scheduling them, but I definitely, if you turn on the notifications so you get notified when I go live, you'll know. So again, my name is Kim with allthingsdrone.com. So make sure you check out the drone buying guide. It's in my bio. It's free. So I just touched on a few things that you want to look at. And let me know, like, send me a message if you have like questions about certain things, like, what are 60 frames per second versus 30 frames per second, that kind of stuff. Let me know. All right. Well, you all have a great weekend. Bye.